Hello, happy Tuesday. We are almost to the middle of May. I'm so darn excited. I know Chastity's going to talk about the boot camp that we've been doing, and I'm just super excited for those of you that jumped on. Remember to go ahead and send those reminder texts. Like I said earlier, everybody loses track of time. Life is happening. This is, it's Maycember. If you don't know what that means, you probably don't have kids. Like May is literally the second busiest month. It's like Christmas, but without the excitement of Christmas and without the presents, except for, of course, Mother's Day and my birthday. But okay, so super excited. Chastity, welcome. I love it. Everybody loves hearing from you. She always has so much wisdom. I'm going to just hand it to her, and good morning.
Good morning. Well, thank you for having me, pushing me, whatever it is you really do to keep me on track. And I'm excited. I will say that, going into Palooza, I was kind of like, okay, we need some new momentum, we need some excitement. And I think that is just super common, for to kind of have those ebbs and flows in life, have the ebbs and flows in relationship, have the ebbs and flows in workout and eating clean, all the things. And I can't tell you how much in the last few weeks that I have really just felt like my flame was rekindled, and I know that we have to be self-aware. We have to, we're entrepreneurs, but we are 1099ers. So, there is a lot that dictates, what we can and can't do. And, but I am very much in a space of gratitude because I am recognizing that really Lavelle does try to position us for success, and it works when we work. And so, right now I'm on just kind of really navigating the new products. I kind of get in this kind of like funkiness of like, oh, another new product. I love that we were simple and all those things, but the thing that we have to realize is that health is not simple. That wealth is not simple. More money, more problems. We want to get healthier, but we're getting older and gravity works against us. And so there's so many different things that someone may need that I don't need, and vice versa. So for me, I've been really excited about our pro line. I today was talking to my trainer and I said, 2 years later, my lungs still act like a fool, and I'm still working on my cardio. And it's not so that I can be a marathon runner or pro athlete or whatever, but I thought, man, this is so cool because the O2 capsules are definitely something I am a candidate for. So, I've been keeping an eye on my levels and how I perform. And I kind of shared with y'all about Sculpt. I'm like a one pack can last me 3 workouts because that itchy tingly stuff. And my understanding is you kind of work up to that because I have some friends that are like, oh, this is nothing. Like this doesn't even touch. And so, and then learning so much about like the creatine and, I've had some people that are just jacked and in the industry, and they're like, this isn't enough creatine and all this stuff. And I'm like, this is a supplement. We get creatine in our food. We get creatine in other areas, but this is just to supplement. So if you are somebody that is locking down, nailing down how much creatine, all the things, micros, macros, all the things you're getting, you know that you're going to get your daily nutritional value of creatine based on the things you're eating and all the other stuff. So anyway, and then, creatine in our shake, whatever. So it's kind of been cool because I'm just learning some new things, new products. And I think, there is going to be those products that there's some that I just never was excited about. I wish I was just sharing something just a minute ago. I am going to put in a suggestion. I'm going to put it into Camper himself, but I want our rest gummies like in individual packs so that those are just something that are amazing. And I want to be able to give those to people. So then coming back from Palooza, I had a 5K, a Fox Fest. And if y'all know, I've been doing those little mini packs, and those have been incredible. We had a Fox Fest, so I bought these little like literally, guys, they were like dinky keychains, but they were little foxes. And I posted those, and people in my town are like, I want one of those keychains. I'm like, okay, well, you got to have my capsules too. And they're like, cool, yeah, girl, like, yeah. And so, it's just really doing things that are comfortable, doing things that make me excited, not trying to focus on the things that don't make me excited. And then, just going through, Amber mentioned that I was going to talk about the boot camp. Maria launched that and really challenged us leaders to participate in that. And hey, leaders, I don't care what kind of leader you are. If you have one person and you feel like you want to help with the boot camp, Maria is looking for help. So message Amber, message Maria. I didn't say message me. Sorry, my dogs. Anyway, so I have loved how like just our momentum has been hold on just a second, pause, please. Worse than kids. Anyway, that we've just done things, our leaders and our company doing things that just really continue to position us for success. So I talked about personally on my time was a Sunday, and let's put some dogs on classified. Maggie Grace. My time was a Sunday, and I was blown away by the number of people that messaged me, because I talked about, having that plan or planning for success. And, my time was on Sunday, which was Mother's Day. It could be where somebody might say, well, it's Mother's Day. I want to disconnect. I want to, I'm not going to be chained to a phone and all that. I think we're past all that drama. I'm not chained to my phone. I'm connected to Wi-Fi, which allows me the opportunity to say yes for a lot of options for my kids. And my nephew came over. It was beautiful. The weather was great. And literally, I know this sounds silly, but it costs $500. Well, that was 2 years ago, so I don't know what it costs now. $500 to warm my pool. So they're pretty big pool, right? Okay, so it costs $500 to warm that. Sorry, Amber, my dog. Hey, Maggie Grace. So anyway, and he's like, Thea, can we swim? And it just needed just a little knock that chill off. And there was no second guessing or, having to worry about little things like that. But in that moment of just being able to go, oh, yeah, sure, we're going to do that, I paused and really took time for gratitude. I just really went back, and I know I do the most. I am extra like that. But, I went back to like, man, I'm so thankful that Amber introduced me to this product. I'm so thankful that, I just went through the whole thing, and it didn't take a whole lot of time. I was still being present and functioning and all the things, but I realize so much now how when we change our thinking and where we are to gratitude, so much shifts. So anyway, I'm sharing all that. I'm really going somewhere with that, but just looking at, like I said, I needed my cup refilled. And I'm realizing that Palooza was that for me. And, just being very transparent, Amber is a friend, a mentor, business partner. She makes me mad, make her mad, like all the things. But, she, full transparency. I mean, there was some chips on my shoulder, and there were some things where I'm like, we're dragging people along. I'm getting frustrated, and the comparison game, seeing, the new 600K and thinking, well, if we would have had 600K when I came in, I'd have been the first 600K, and being butthurt and all of those things. And I had to course correct. I had to get this dang mind straight, because when I look back and I look at what we've been able to do, I have to just think, man, this is something that we have to continue to work and continue to be grateful for. So as we were going into the boot camp, and I've loved that, I think it's just very effective that Maria, of course, has so many different legs and leaders and different leadership styles. And so if you're not connected to that boot camp, friends, I'm going to tell you, I don't know what you need. Palooza's gone. You can't do anything about the past Palooza. You can only prepare for the next one. But we are going into, this next season, this next year, just with new things. I can tell you, like I've said it a zillion times, I can still see and feel from our corporate team and our CEO that they still have a fire for us. And we have to decide, what are we going to do to reignite the fires in us? And I think that it's very common for it to burn out, for it to dim. I think it's common for it to get really, really hot and then go really, really down. And so, maybe that boot camp, being a part of the boot camp, will just give you some of those daily tasks. One of the things that I see, I know Maria does like these little like tickler questions, like, hey, what are the things that you are enjoying? And a lot of people are saying the accountability. I mean, it's the same when you're doing Thrive with somebody else in your home, or or a new Thriver comes on and you're like, yeah, do it with a friend, or because it's that accountability. And that's what we're seeing. But Sunday was my day. And for me, it's just a part of my process. And I plan for success, because I feel like if you don't plan for success, you plan to fail. And I talked a little bit about, having my planner. I'm a very physical planner. Like I have a old school planner, and I love it. It works for me. I happen to have all my girls together, and they're like, Mom, then Mom, blah, blah. And I'm like, stop. Like, I don't even remember what you said. And I wasn't even paying attention. They're like, that, Mom, you're rude. And I'm like, no, I'm not rude. I want to show up for you in my highest self and highest usage. And y'all know that means putting it on the planner, color marking it. I can look at my planner. I can be sitting here and it be over there, and I can see there's a color code. That's my kids. My kids are my priority. So they are going to get first place priority. So I talked about that, and I got several messages from people, and they're like, man, that's cool. And I thought, we've been talking about this for a whole hot 1,000 minutes. We've been talking about the QR codes for a whole hot 1,000 minutes. There's so many things that we've been given, tools, tips, tricks. And what happens is there's so much, and people get this analysis paralysis. And so they do nothing. And I thought, man, how can these people be running a business? Well, then I started talking to a few of them, and they're like, I'm having trouble. Like, I'll forget to send out a sample after it. And I'm like, you've got to master your time. Now, I'm not a time blocker. I'm not good with, now I'll usually like my workouts certain times, different things that are like routines, but I'm not really good about, okay, I'm going to sit down for 10 minutes and I'm just going to bust out a bunch of messages. That doesn't feel authentic to me. If that feels authentic to you, then roll with it and do it and be consistent. Consistency is key. So, Sunday was Mother's Day. You literally all week long can be working. I don't know about your algorithm, but my algorithm, there's people showing up that are saying, oh, look what my kids got me for Mother's Day. Well, it's Tuesday. That's still popping up in our algorithm. And I love to just go and go, hey, so-and-so, people that have left Lavelle, I nurture them. I love on them, because one thing we do know about people that leave is they come back. They come back, whether it's to be a customer, they come back, whether it's to, bonuses are crazy stupid and they want to take advantage of that. So I nurture love on them. Now, there are some that I wouldn't bring them back as far as I could throw them, and that's just me, and that's just being the real. Okay. Y'all can enroll them if you want to, just make sure they're in my no, I'm just saying, no, don't put them in my organization, put them on Amber's other leg. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, that's the beauty of this business, and being in a while, you get to decide who you work with. But, I'm looking at the things that so many of us need new blood. We need new people. We need new, we don't need, we want, I need to change. We want, because for me, someone new experiencing the product is exciting. Someone new experiencing a VIP 400 is exciting. Someone new getting a sample, someone new getting their first box order, like those things are exciting. And for me, I feel like when I get my flame rekindled, I'm new. I'm new, I'm a new ProLine person, I'm working, using that so that I can have my own personal testimony. So, I just want to encourage you, as you are looking and reflecting, and we're going into the summertime, there's going to be so many opportunities. Like I just said, I'm still doing those little silly packs and doing the runs, and, finding opportunities where I can put my card in people's hands, things like that. like you don't ever arrive, friends. You don't ever get to a point where you stop growing. And yes, I realize it can be frustrating. Well, you don't, they didn't start thriving with me. How many people from that run started thriving with you? One person messaged me and said, hey, I think I want to really give this a shot. Now, many of them messaged me wanting my little keychain, but I had something attached to that. There was a ulterior motive. Yes, I have an ulterior motive. It wasn't free for me and it ain't free for you. So and I don't feel guilty about those things because I'm out there and the insurance companies are marketing to me. The Herbalife is marketing to me. All the people that were there for the run, selling earrings and Frenchies and I'm sorry, Frenchies, freshies and all the things, everybody's marketing to us all the time. So we've got to put that confidence and value in our product. And as you're getting ready to, like Amber said, going into the summer, how many of you are going to be going to splash pads or going to different things? And I've shared, whether you're on my leg, sideline, down, line up, down, I don't care. To me, it makes my heart happy when someone copies me, or copies and makes it their own, or I ain't worried about plagiarism and all copyright. Make it your own. Find you something that you can keep in your purse. If it's a summertime thing, maybe it's a little mini beach ball. I don't know. Get creative so that you have something in your hand. Many of us remember the day that we didn't leave home without a mini experience. And now we don't even think about it. We're like, we got comfortable, we got complacent. And so, people want those tangible things. Like I said, mine has been that consistency with those runs. Now we have our sculpt that you can definitely feel it. You put that in a little mini bag, somebody takes that and they're going to feel it. They're going to either like their skin itching off of them or, whatever. So, you have to get creative. This is going to be that time where many of you are getting out and about, getting out from away from your computer. I know that there's a lot of people saying, I build great, social spaces face to face, but you have to remember that there are going to be people out there that are not putting their crap on Facebook. They're not talking about how bad they feel on Facebook. They don't want to talk about finances on Facebook. They don't want to talk about, that they don't like what they see in the mirror. They don't want to talk about that, but they are taking their kids to somewhere where you're taking your kids, and maybe you're that face or that voice that is just a voice of encouragement for them. So as you're preparing, as you're getting ready for your kids' things, you have, your planners, your organization, plan for your success. If you have on there 2 weeks from now that I'm taking the kids for a water park, then be just as much as you're going to prepare that sunscreen and all the things, prepare to have something available that you can put in someone's hand, and then set you a personal goal. I'm going to put 5 minis in 5 people's hands. So anyway, and hey, there maybe it's a little mini like, I don't know, SPF lip gloss or something like that, something that you could put in that little bag and say, I love to connect with people. I have never had one person ever. Now I've had people in different times, kind of reject, like, I'm not interested or whatever. But any of my little mini packs that I've done, because they've been relevant, I've never had one person. I've even had at runs, I had a friend that didn't thrive with me, go with me to a run, and she's like, I can't believe everybody's wanting your product. I'm like, girl, they don't want my product. They want the thing that's on there. It's like, the cereal that your kids get that have the little toy inside. They don't want the cereal. They want what's inside. And so, but it's a way, because I'm like, you got to scan and connect. We got to scan and connect. And so it gives me that opportunity to increase my reach, increase my engagement while I'm doing life. And then, back on the boot camp, if you saw that, I had one of my nephews with me, and I realized in my day, like I needed to make my post, I needed to do these things. I recognized that I was going to have things going on all that day. It was Mother's Day. I had to be intentional with that time. And that time that I was able was literally with one hand doing a video and the other hand holding a little with the sippy cup. And that's okay. But it was intentional. And I think that if you can really look at, where do I want to be? Where do I want to see myself next year at Palooza? And maybe it's not a stage walk for you. Maybe it is a stage walk for you. Maybe it's just that, hey, I just want to have some people. I want to have some team with me. That starts now. That starts creating that now, so that you can have people that will follow you, that you will lead beside, and that the greatness. And more than that, the stories, the testimony. Imagine this time next year having someone sitting at Palooza coming up to you and saying, "Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. Um, I've been able to I pay for my kid's summer and not put it on a credit card, or, I feel better this year. I don't feel like I'm carrying around, the extra, stress on my body." So you have an opportunity to reevaluate, take a look at where are you in the business? And I kind of feel like I'm talking to the wall, because I feel like if you're on here, you're probably investing and doing the right things. And so I just want to encourage you. If you're like me, you're in the game, you're doing the things, but sometimes you just feel like your spark fizzles. And that could be, put out by life. That could be put out by, comparison. You're human, but it is also your responsibility to take that power back and say, okay, what am I doing? What am I not doing? I loved that I talked to them about, hey, let's reflect. Reflection is an important business hack. Let's look at last week and let's say, did you get all your IPAs? Did you connect with new people on social spaces? Did you meet any new person face to face? Well, I didn't, but it was because I had this come up, this come up. Okay, fine. Recognize, where do you need to make some adjustments to your time? Do you need to get up earlier so that just in case your days get crazy, the kids, like Amber said, are getting out of school, I can guarantee you they're going to be pulling at you even me. I don't have kids in school, but I have grands that will pop in, and they will just take my time. But my kids know, like, for example, I this Zoom right now, if my kids were to show up, that's a non-negotiable. They know Bella's on the live, Bella's doing something, she's working. So make sure that you're working your business like a business, that you're planning like you would a scheduled corporate meeting, that you wouldn't miss it. You wouldn't miss it. You wouldn't not log into your cloud every single day, if that was your business email, or a marketing website where someone was looking for your service. You would be doing it every single day. So I'm going to let Amber, I'm going to pass it back to you. I've kind of just rolled through all the things, but I kind of wanted to share my excitement and where I am and kind of what I'm doing and ground zero again. I'll also I will say that I'm not an expert, but I'm pretty good at just loving people where they are. And I'm super excited because, we've had a couple of girls that, they started with us in the beginning, and to have them come back, I guess it was last week. I don't know. It all blends together. Last week or week before, I had lunch with them, and we literally had products out just while we were having lunch. I got Mari on a Zoom. I was talking to Amber, like not a Zoom, just a call, and had her share her story while the girls are sitting there touching the products and like, oh, all the things. And so it was just exciting to go back to that. And I did that once that week, and it was like, okay, this feels good. And so I'm like, oh, I recognize this feels good. This feels safe. This feels comfortable. I need to do more of it. Because if it didn't feel good, it didn't. And we tried to do those things that don't feel good. Like, if you try to TikTok drop it like it's hot, and you're not a TikTok drop it like it's hotter, you're not going to be consistent because it doesn't feel normal to you. If you are a face-to-face person and it feels good, then that's something you should do. If you are good with messaging people, then that's what you should do. You should do the things that make you feel good, and then challenge yourself to do those non-comfortable things once or twice a week. So, all right, Amber, I'll let you kind of bounce back and forth, and we'll go from there.
Oh my gosh. Okay. First of all, you have so much good stuff. I was taking a lot of notes. My brain was going, and I want to just kind of touch in a row that bringing in new. So here's the thing. When you bring in new, it brings in new excitement.
Yeah.
And when you bring in new excitement, you get excited again. Like when you walk into a room that's like jumping, bouncing, everybody's happy and smiling, what happens? You end up happy, bouncing, excited. Like excitement is contagious. You walk in a room where everybody's like, or they're complaining, or they're just grumpy, you leave there feeling, right? So it's the same thing. And so what I love about where, we're constantly in that, bring in new people, reach out to new people, because here's my thing. I'm not done. Chas isn't done. There are so many people that are not thriving. There are so many people, and it's not like, oh, I want to get everybody thriving because I want to grow my network. No, I want to get everybody thriving because I remember how crappy I felt not thriving. And I see these moms that are, and I'm in 10 years, right? So now I have these people that are where I was 10 years ago, and they're like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm so this. I wish I could enjoy my family more. And I'm like, I feel you. I know exactly how you feel. I've been there. And so that's why I'm always kind of preaching to y'all that this is why we constantly keep sharing. It's not, oh, we're saturated. Oh, Lavelle's done, Thrive's done, everybody's thrived. No, they haven't. And when I go, so I have a new promoter who is Moto Mom. She's finally last month was like, all right, I want to be in. She's like, I'm finally there. I gave, patiently waited. But her thing that she said to me that got me so excited is she said, you're the only person I know thriving. And I was like, that's awesome. I mean, I was scared her when I got so excited, but I'm like, that is awesome. And at the same time, I was a little like, because we're in the same Moto Mom community. And that means that I'm not doing my job good enough. If the rest of my Moto Mom friends that are also her Moto Mom friends aren't thriving. But it's that reminder that they may not trust me, but they will trust her, or one of her friends will trust her friend's friend. And this is why we just keep doing what we're doing. So that makes me excited. So that's that bringing excitement. Because yeah, when you've been here for a little bit, like everybody comes to me with a problem. I'm the problem solver. So when we get a lot of problems, and there's really not that many, it's just sometimes when there are, there are. And I'm like, oh, but then when I get a new driver,
It
I'm like,
depletes your tank. It depletes your
yeah,
tank. I mean, like
yeah,
if I have a full tank for the day and but now we're running a business. I mean, I have so many friends that are business owners and I hear it too. Something happened, like I mean, they're getting the same thing, it's different level, but they're not. I mean, then they focus on building new clients or whatever, but it empties your tank. And
yeah.
so it is, if you're not bringing in new people that are then filling your tank, you're running on empty in your business.
Yeah. Well, and it goes back to that whole even not in thrive. And this was so aha moment for me years ago. What are you listening to? What are you watching? What's in your news feed? So when there were people that were just negative, negative, negative in my news feed, I started moving that along, right? Like I don't need that. I was in group messages that were just me, 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 me. And I was like, leave. Like I didn't need that in my life. And I've been so much happier.
And one of the things that I think that we have to differentiate is between negativity and searching for a solution. If someone is saying like just like everything is constant negativity, then I can't help you. Like you need either therapy or Jesus or something. Like I can't, I'm not your person. But if they're like, you know what? I am eating clean. I'm drinking my water. I'm moving my body and I still have this belly fat. I'm trying to be cost efficient and I'm looking for all the things that I can do for with my kids this summer. And I just, I'm just having to find, coupons and Groupons and stuff to do.
There's a
Like, girl,
difference.
get you a side hustle. Like, I love our community pages, and these women are posting, what are y'all doing with your kids this summer? And they're like talking about all the cheap, cheap, cheap things. And I'm like, you're going to get what you pay for. Like, if it's cheap, everybody's going to be there at that same splash pad. Like, girl, and I'll just say, girl, get you a side hustle so that you can take your kids to maybe a little more exclusive splash pad. And they're like, well, what do you recommend? And so it's just a conversation starter, and it's relevant. It's relevant to their need. It's not that they're just complaining and griping and just being negative.
Well, and I'll say in addition to that, because when we do that kind of thing, of course, just be aware you're going to get the people, oh, it's MLM or oh, it's direct sales or blah, blah, blah. Like I always just respond with, I don't know about all that. I know there's been some shady places in the past, but here's what I know about my company. Here's what I know. It's free to join. We only make money on, we only make commissions on orders placed. Like I just keep it short and simple.
And see, I don't even go into that. Like if they have said, hey, I'm looking for I'm in their group page, the community page, and they say, I'm looking for some inexpensive things to do with my kids and blah blah. And then I say, girl, find you a side hustle. And if they come back to me and say, what do you recommend? You open that door for me. And so then because they're local in my area, I love to say, I'd love to take you to lunch. I'd love to take you and the kiddos to lunch. And so then it opens that. Now, whether that goes anywhere, friends, that feels comfortable to me. That feels more than just a cold message. And a lot of us have been hearing about cold messages because from Palooza, there's a lot of tips that came from that were great. But that's it's not comfortable for me, and I won't be consistent with that. This is comfortable for me. I can sit here all day long for 8 hours and send messages and message after that and not feel like they're rejecting me when they say no, or they say, oh, MLM. Okay, well, hey, you asked what I recommended, and I hope y'all have an amazing summer. That's it.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Super simple. And I will say, I want to touch on your summer ideas, but I want to jump in here when you said that about the cold messaging. I want to encourage all of you, because I know a lot of people are like, oh, cold messaging, we don't do that. I don't know how. Yeah. I personally have taken that and flipped it into a different thought process. I'm not messaging people I don't know. I'm not. That's never been something I've done. That's not how I grew my business. If it's working, great, do that. But for me, I flipped it to, what about messaging the people that are in your network that you're friends with already, but you haven't messaged them before? Because I promise you, there are people in your friends list that you have not messaged about Thrive. So that's where I would flip it back to how we grew our business, which was sending a quick, simple message, moving along. If I hadn't sent the message to Chastity, none of y'all would be here. So like, it's just that reminder, because she was in my network, but I hadn't sent the message at first when I first started. So, all right, moving on. Your
Another thing.
ideas. Oh,
Okay, real quick, I just want to say this. This is the thing that I will look at if I'm like, okay, what do I have to do today? I don't have a whole lot to do. It's Transformation Tuesday. Go through your list of your network, your names. I do this often because now there's so many accounts that are being hacked, that get spammy, and all these different things. Go through. And if last week you looked through your A's, this week look through your B's, or start A to Z. Those are things that you've got to always be cleaning up so that you're always able to add. I'm at my max, but I clean people up, even people that maybe they were with me before, and I just think I just don't know that we would be aligned working together again. That's just me. That's a business decision I make, and so I might remove them. And so, it's just looking at going through Transformation Tuesday is a great way to transform your news feed and pull some of those people or those accounts that are no longer moving and grooving or relevant or whatever. So that's a good thing, cleanup to do. And all of you have Instagram and all the grams and all the things. Go through and do that. You'll have a lot of work to do with all those other apps.
and this is one of those things that you don't have to go, oh, I need an hour to do that. Like, do it when you have a minute instead of mindlessly scrolling the feeds. Go purposely spend 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever, and just do as much as you can. I went through last week on the deactivated thing, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, because Katie was talking about it, and I'm like, okay, I need to do that. And I was going through and those that were deactivated. Well, one, I kind of went to double check, like, are they really deactivated? Who are they? And there was a girl on there that I was like, really? I swear she just posted like less than 2 weeks ago. So I did not delete her because I thought, you know what? Like, I don't know if she's really deactivated. Well, guess what? This weekend she's back. She reactivated her account. So I think it was a moment, So if you feel that way when you're looking through and you're like, I really feel like they were just like, wait, So, okay. Summer packs. As you were talking about that, guys, like this, my brain just started going because I'm always like, oh, I wish I had this on me, or I wish I had that, or, whatever. So think about, what are you going to be doing this summer? So for me, we have regional races, and then we'll be at nationals. And I always have little packets of chill with me because us mamas of dirt bikers, we're really freaking stressed out and it's really hard. And so like, I always like, I gathered the ones that were standing there together. We always pray together before a race. I'm like, hey, do y'all want to pray with us? And we just pray before the race. And I have, I have chill. I'm like, if anybody needs it, here's this. But as she was talking, I'm like, I want to make cute little moto emergency packs, and chill for mama, thirst, electrolytes for your racer, like have,
Amber,
yeah,
I really just had this like vision thing. So like almost like the monster symbol, but like moto emergency, like
yeah,
emergency. So instead of emergency, just like M, and that would be so cool. And that can be your tag, whether
yeah.
you change it up, all your products. So anyway, you can use that.
I will do something. I'll have to be careful with that because, Monster runs the whole moto world.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
you're a
I
real
have to be
follower.
careful.
Yeah.
And
Ask for
yeah, well,
forgiveness.
because I don't want to be like,
You're not going to get sued. Just do it. Go.
I listen, I need my kid picked up by a
No,
sponsor. I don't want to
no,
be on
no.
the list.
But you know what I'm saying? I think that like
Yes,
the
thinking.
packs, the
Yeah,
packs, like having just that little, hey, you know, an emergency pack, there's something like
absolutely.
that that's trending.
Absolutely. And then that started me thinking for the rest of y'all, like summer survival kit, what you could put thirst and what else, like what could you do? Yes, Tiffany's talking about recharge packs. Y'all, baseball mom, think of something cute for, baseball mama packs. You need chill, they need thirst, like something just real cute that you could tie a little, baseball sticker or baseball ribbon or, something like that. What are you doing this summer? Are you dance moms? Like, dance moms be nervous too. Like what are
But
what
you can
things?
order little parties things like a little
Mhm.
trinkety something that is it's that, oh, I want that for cheap on Amazon. You can get 100 for $5, and it's so silly how people will go, oh, I want that, where they haven't wanted it before. And then you can say, okay, well, hey, scan to connect, and there's also a chill in there so you can chill out. I know we're all really just like, oh, so
And buy that through your business account. Keep your receipts. It's, the product that you use, the trinkets that you buy for your 1099, like all the things, right? So those are just we're helping you with ideas on how to have things in your bag, right? Because we all have bags when we
but
go.
the key is you have to plan for success. 4th of July is coming up. You're going to go to firework place. Bet you give somebody a stick of sculpt, they're going to feel fireworks. They're going to feel some kind of fire, so you can create. I already have my things I've been using for the last 10 years, like something that you're going to have in your hand. I paid my kids for years as we went to firework shows. Hey, y'all, I'll pay y'all 10 cents for every firework stick. That was when we had Activate. And they're like, you want a firework stick? They're like, sure, and so it's things like that, but you have to plan for your success. You can't be sitting there and going, man, this would have been a good idea if I would have. That's not going to get you anything. You've got to plan. You got to be looking at what does your summer look like and plan for that success.
Yes, and I because I've been there. I've been in the because I've been so like in the we got a pack for the race and we did it. And then I get there and I'm like, I didn't bring samples or oh, should have did that. And Jason, now we order a lot of ooey because he gives those to the dads, like we have those, like they come up drinking their monster or their rock star. And Jason's like, you really ought to try this. And so we have those on hand. And I keep saying, so I'm gonna go do that today now. Thanks, Chas, for challenging me. I keep saying, oh, we need to make a QR code for those and just stick the sticker on there. But we haven't done that. So, okay, I'm writing that down on my list. All right, so let's see. We've talked about summer ideas. Guys, if you have little summer ideas, drop it in the chat. The boot camp, the All Out Mayhem boot camp, it's not too late to join. It's not oh, if I didn't join on the first, I can't join. Join, come in now, pick up where you're at. The link is in both of our team pages. We have a lot available, but I love that we're learning from different leaders. I love that there is a task to do every day. You can do the simple or you can do all of it and the hard. There's, it's what can you do? Kind of going back to what Chas said about, I'm not going to send, what did you say? I'm not going to send a whole bunch of messages in 10 minutes, whatever. That's not who you are, consistent to you. That
Time blocking. However, I might send 10 throughout the day, because if I'm sitting somewhere, and I have some idle time before workout starts, or something, I'm doing it then, so I'm filling that nooks and crannies, if you will,
yeah.
instead of scrolling Facebook.
And that's what I was going to touch on is, we encourage you to get back to where we all started, which I would send as many or respond to as many messages as I could if a client was 5 minutes late. I was like, where I used to hate clients being late, I was like, oh, look at this, I can answer these messages. And kind of, I would, I didn't want them being more than 10 minutes late, but like, I was like, they're late, I can do this, instead of just sitting there or scrolling Facebook or stuffing my face with crappy food or, whatever I used to do, pre-Thrive, waiting for a client to show up. So that is that reminder, hey, do things in between, in your gaps. We all have it, like Maria says, we all have a phone in our hand. Like, might as well be sharing the Thrive life, making money from it, helping others create a life they deserve as well. Okay, Chas, what are other things? What are you thinking as we're...
One of the new things that I've been doing, and it's just to get me a little bit out of my comfort zone, is when I'm out and about, which I don't like to be out. I mean, I know this is like going to surprise me all, but like if I can't buy it on Amazon Prime, I don't care if it's a formal thing or a toilet cleaner. I want to buy it on Prime. But I'm challenging myself to do more, and as my grands are getting bigger and they have a lot more stuff going. But I love to just challenge somebody and go, everybody has a phone. I might have on workout gear, somebody's dressed nicer, somebody might have tennis shoes, somebody has flip-flops. Everybody have different things like that, but everybody is going to have a phone. And I love to just say, is that phone making you some money? What? It has been a beautiful conversation starter. Now, remember, I feel like I'm in my higher element when I am face to face. So I love to say, is that phone making you some money? No, it's costing me money. And, and then I just shut up. It's kind of like in the beginning when we would talk about, what is that on your, it's my energy. It's in my mental clarity. Shut up. I got to the point where I started talking too much. I started knowing too much. I started having too many experiences. I started being too.
Uh-oh. Can y'all hear her, or is it just me? Is she frozen? Somebody tap in. Nope, she's frozen. Okay. I know where she's going with this. I'm going to text her and let her know, though. Okay. So the biggest thing is what she's saying. Say something simple and then shut up. Listen to them. Oh my gosh, I'm so forgetful, or oh, I'm so tired. Like, just who else? Okay. Oh, wait, I think you're back. Hold on.
I don't know what happened.
There you go. Okay, you said something about mental clarity and energy, and then shut up, and then you froze.
That when we talk to people, and they ask us, what is that on your arm? We don't need to give them a mini Thrivepalooza or a mini experience, right? Just say, what is it for you that day? So if today it was just, girl, it helped me with my PMS. It helped me just keep my crazy away, something like that. Just share that and stop talking. I think that we forgot that people are uncomfortable in the silence, including ourselves. But in that silence, it allows them to get an opportunity to tell you where their pain point is. Sorry, I was trying to let my dog stop acting full.
Okay, I'm back. Y'all, do you ever get that feeling where you cannot, when your water is empty and all you can think about is my water is empty? I had to run and go get water. Okay.
Like, no, it's costing me money. So anyway.
There she is. There you are. Okay, go ahead.
I don't know what's happening. I usually have good signal. So anyway, I think I already said it. I think they all heard me about is your phone making you money? And then stopping talking instead of going, because I make money and I would just can tell you about this business opportunity. It can solve all your problems. No, shut up and let them tell you No, it's not making me money. It's costing me money. Actually, no, and when they start opening up, it gives you the opportunity. That silence can be awkward, but it can be super, super beneficial if you'll take the time to listen to what they say next.
Well, and absolutely, because I had the other night we were out with friends and celebrating her husband's birthday, and one of the girls I hadn't seen her in a while, and so I was like, "How's it going? How are you doing?" And she was just talking about how she's so tired, she's so stressed, and I was like, "Girl, you don't have to be tired all the time." She's like, "I'm 39 years old. Of course, I'm going to be tired." And I was like, "Girl, I was 38 when this found me, and I realized that was a lie that I had believed." And so she's like, "What? What do you mean?" And so, listening and super simple. And then, yeah, now we're chatting about how I'm turning 49 and still have energy. So, all right. Um, I mean, I feel like we've had a very productive, we're at 45 minutes and
No, I think we're good. I think that the thing is that, again, I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. 47 minutes of your life is precious and priceless. But if you do not go and do something that you heard here, implement it right now, you lose it, and so you just wasted that 47 minutes. A QR code, or go look up in your community pages what is something that's happening in your area, things for kids if you've got kids certain ages, like what is it that you can participate in, be a part of. Again, a lot of times in smaller towns it's super cheap to set up a little table. I'm 10 years into this business, and if I set up a table at a booth, I have a tablecloth that is a shower curtain. There are two of them that I got from the dollar store. They're black, and if you've been here a minute, they have the colors, the orange and the blue and the purple, the colors from our original product. I throw those out there and I just change up the empty boxes. I put those out there and I'm ready to rock and roll. I got a QR code. I'm ready to go. So keep it simple, but the goal is to get new people into your circle so that you're continuing to feel that fire, continuing to feel the excitement of what we have. Because people say you don't realize what you got until it's gone, and we don't have to be in that space. We can be proactive and reactive to, okay, what do I need? How do I feel? And what do I need to do to kick myself back in the butt and get it moving and grooving again? And that may just be being out and about with people that are struggling, and that you're like, man, I have a solution. How can I help you? How can I get you started? And when you find that fire, and then when you realize what the opportunity is, guys, a no is just like somebody not smiling at you that day. You learn to just keep on moving. And anyway, I'm just excited. I'm excited for things that are coming and growing, and it's just a cool time, and summer is a good time. I know people think people take off during the summer. I don't take off from my nutrition. I don't take off from learning. I don't take off from growing. So anyway, I think that's a wrap, Amber, and happy Tuesday, happy payday.
happy bonus day. Is it the 14th? Yeah. So it's auto bonus day. It's bonus payout day. I know a lot of you hit something going on last month. So this should be a pretty decent, interesting, grateful Tuesday. Also want to encourage you, speaking of summer, please, for the love, wear your DFT loud and proud. I know sometimes people say, "Well, I don't want a tan line, so it's hidden." I'm like, do not hide it. You want a tan line because you want people to ask you, why do you have this funky tan line there? And then, oh, and then on the other side, you're gonna see your DFT. Like summer, yeah, like Chas said, we're not taking off from our nutrition, but I will tell you, I get more people asking me questions in the summer because it is for sure seen. Like, wear your DFT loud and proud. Why do you wear it? What does it do? Short and simple, sweet. Like, you need to use that as your advertisement. So thank you, Chastity, for being on. Thank you, everybody, for taking your time and spending it with us today. Don't forget to go check out the boot camp if you have not. Make your payday post today. Happy Tuesday, y'all.
Bye.